I remember when they traded John Beeson from the Panthers to the Giants. He held down the
and he only
linebacker.
had like 2 years left.
Yeah, but still, he held down their linebacking core. They just didn't build around him. And now you put
Because
Ogletree,
he was hurt. He was banged up too.
Yeah, but he was still good enough for a Giants defense that doesn't really value linebackers. Now
I agree with you. I'm
is,
just pushing back.
Yeah, Gettleman values linebackers. So I feel like the Giants will probably load up at linebacker because they're moving Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie to free safety. And I guess they'll keep Eli Apple, but they should probably just trade him. But I don't know. And then you also have an all-pro safety, and you have Janoris Jenkins. So it's a defense there. You have pass rushers for the Giants. They just need to play better, and they need to address the linebacker.
They're just in an awkward spot for me because
they're going to get a linebacker in this draft. And
I feel like they're like in that position, and I think the Dolphins are there too, where they have a lot of money on the books, and they've rolled the dice in free agency, and it might have got them a playoff berth, but they're not a contender. And last year they underachieved, so now they're at that work position where they can get one or two pieces to try to retool. But they're probably better off just tanking and blowing it all up.
Well, they got to build through the draft. They have the second overall pick. If they can get Saquon Barkley, it's a wrap. Or Quentin Nelson. If you get Barkley, if he's best available, you get Nelson because you want an elite offensive line, because you need an elite offensive line.
Okay.
He's better than Chris Deal.
Okay, the Tennessee Titans cut DeMarco Murray. Is this a touchdown or a turnover for DeMarco Murray?
It's a touchdown for both sides. Derrick Henry is the back that they want. They're probably going to draft a faster scat back.
Where's Murray going? I agree with you, though.
He'll probably end up. I would be shocked if he went back to Philly.
To fill that Blount role?
Denver could happen. The Packers.
Does he have gas left, though?
He has gas left. It's just you can't give him a bunch of carries because his body will break down like it always does. But he can help out in the passing game for sure. So I think if you give him limited carries, the same with Frank Gore. If you give certain guys limited carries and limited roles, they help progress your offense. They're not a focal piece of the offense anymore. And he honestly going to Tennessee, I think, kind of ruined him. He shouldn't have never went there, chasing money. But I think he should have just said, "Let me try Green Bay, because I can play with Aaron Rodgers." Because Jamal. Warner, whatever his last name is, he's not cutting it. Jamal Williams, he's not cutting it. And for the Packers, averaging 3.9 yards a carry.
All right.
3.6, I think, actually.
Last two things I want to get to on the Touchdowns and Tangents radio show on the Good News radio station. You can give us a call. 323-900-0478. And so, Kenny, we'll both kind of go into this standard. Give us a take, give us a tangent. Two stories that I kind of wanted to get to a little bit earlier. We have some time. Let's get to it before we get to our final takes.
Closing the show explosively.
We already talked about Gusay earlier as far as on the field.
We got to learn how to say his name.
Yeah, we really do. we dead ass do.
Shit.
I really do, man. Come on, man. I got to do better.
Baby Marshall.
We got to be better.
Got to say Creole names better.
He came out and said that they basically NFL Network asked him, hey, as I ask everyone, what was some crazy questions you got at the combine? And he was like, well, someone actually asked me if I liked men, and they asked me if my mom ever sold herself for sex.
Was a prostitute.
So give me a take, give me a tangent.
Some racist ass white dude probably asked that question because I know they're not asking Josh Rosen if his mom was a prostitute or if he's gay.
Well, Will Kane, your boy, came in.
Fuck Will Kane.
He came in and was like,
and his mother.
NFL teams are trying to see if he can handle pressure and handle off-field things and random things that are thrown at him, because that's like,
why are only black players being asked that dumbass question?
I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. Which George Sedano, who's a local LA host, was like, okay, what does that have to do with anything?
They don't ask you that at a job.
Will Kane pushed back and was like, well, off the field stuff matters. Like Ray Rice isn't in the league because he couldn't rush. Alden Smith is out of the league because
false equivalency
because of domestic violence. And then he gave like one more other example, and Sedano pushed back and was like, what is that?
That's a literal false equivalency.
If you want to compare someone's sexual orientation to domestic violence and alcohol abuse, that's on you, bro.
We should be talking Baker Mayfield. Are you gay? Are you beating your girlfriend? Because you tried to outrun the cops when you were drunk. Like, I bet you he was getting questions like that.
So give me a take or give me a tangent on it. I guess your take is that
it's mad racist because they asked Des Bryant if his mom was a crack whore and his dad was a pimp. Like, yo, some of these cats came up through shit that most of y'all little punk ass scouts couldn't, and some of you punk ass journalists too, or so-called journalists, would never survive. Like, I've been
talking
through shit.
heads, more like talking heads.
Talking heads. Some journalists too. They're just not well known, but they hide behind that same little cluster of people who are like, it's not racist. Oh, it's a part of the job. I guarantee you, if they asked a gay person that job interview, are you gay? Was your mother a prostitute? If you put that in any other let me finish. Any other job setting that wasn't football, your ass would get hit with a class action lawsuit. It's not necessary to ask that question. But you're only asking it to black players.
Here's my
all
thing.
The black players have the same narrative when you ask them, well, what did you get asked at the combine?
All right. Here's my thing, and I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I completely agree with what you have to say.
They're insensitive questions.
But I'm going to give you a tangent on it, and here's why. You already brought up the fact about about outside job interview. Cool. My thing is,
don't say the word committee. I might snap.
My thing is, how did he answer it? 1, 2.
Does it matter?
Exactly. That's
I
what
hope
I'm
he
saying.
said, yeah, you look cute.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So if he says yes, so what?
Clifton the Booty Warrior.
What does it have to do with anything? Like, how does that change anything? He's like, yeah, you're not going to draft him?
Literally, I think Jamel Hill said it. She's I wish he would have said yeah. I tweeted back at Will Kane. He didn't reply back. But I'm like, did anyone ask you at ESPN if you were gay while you were getting that job? If your mother was a prostitute? I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the job requirements. If you have to know my fucking background history. Like, Des Bryant was a great receiver in this league at one point. And guess what? He's even better because he survived the horrible childhood he had.
And I know the NFL isn't very progressive, but if there were an openly gay superstar, he would make a ton of Skrilla. And I don't want to equate someone's sexuality to, being a money bag grab, but I'm just saying.
Jason Collins, Michael Sam,
if you can get that
money out of it.
If you can get that extra bag off your brand, why not?
But and there's gay football players. They've already said it. Like all these dudes, like it's,
in every sport.
Dude, I played with a guy in high school who was gay, and guess what? He still kicked people's asses freshman year. I'm not gonna say his name, but if you went to my high school, we all know who it was. But either way, it didn't matter. Like, respect is respect. It all goes back to respect, and those are some of the most disrespectful ass questions I've ever heard. I would have clapped back and said, I'm not gay, but I heard your wife tastes nice. I bet if he had replied back with that, they'd be like, ooh, that's disrespectful. I'm like, what? If I'm on the field and someone says that, I don't reply back with anger. I reply back with a smart ass remark. Why are you mad? If they turn the tables on him,
and
they would get mad.
And that's what I was asking you is how would you react? You already said.
How I would react. Some foul shit.
How I would react is,
we be fighting for real.
Are you gay? Like, are you gay? Do you like men? Like,
do you know who Clifton the Booty Warrior is? Booty Warrior is?
Can you not say stuff like that on there?
You didn't see the Boondocks? We're gonna forget that infamous Boondocks episode?
Nah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a real dude. I forget the Booty Warrior, but he used to be like, I like you, I want you. We can do it the easy way or the hard way.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know the episode. Horrifying. I didn't know that was his name.
But if dude from LSU had said that, or like, let's say
the scout wouldn't have got it.
He'd have took his shirt off and said it.
Gusay would have laughed.
That should have been hilarious.
Gusay would have been down laughing, but
it's
no
Jeff
one else
Ireland's
got it.
punk ass, because Jeff Ireland from the Miami Dolphins, Miko Grimes, famous NFL wife and journalist, said it.
You did not just call Miko Grimes a journalist,
bro. She has a career in journalism. Stop. She said it.
Stop.
She had a career in it before she even got with her husband. Okay, so we're just going to disregard people's careers. Bad.
I'm going to have to fact check you. Stay tuned.
She said it herself.
All right.
Let's
move on to the next topic. We don't have a lot of time.
That shit got me
You already
hot.
got it.
That was disrespectful. I would want to fight. I want to fight Jeff Ireland anyway from the Miami Dolphins because he said some foul shit about
last topic.
Go for it.
The Texans said they're not going to sign. They're not going to sign anyone who participated in protests.
And J.J. Watt didn't say shit about it again.
The Dolphins. Come on, bro. J.J. Watt did like $10 million for Houston. Give him a break.
Nah, he didn't say shit when the owner of his team said, Oh,
I
so
mean,
they make money
DeAndre.
inside
I
of
mean,
him.
everyone's still playing there, bro. So it's like,
Nah, but when the white player, Mr. Good Guy, Mr. John Cena doesn't say anything.
I don't want to get into this, bro.
He didn't- he
can
chose
you let
not
me
to say
give, Can you
anything.
give me Can you give
Go
me the
for it.
damn topic, and then you can give me your tangent on it?
All right, cool.
Shit. Okay. The Texans said they're not signing protesters. The Dolphins said they want people to stand up for the anthem. Immediately, both teams retracted like the next day because they got a bunch of backlash from players and fans. So give me a take or give me a tangent.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's my take. They should just stop talking about this shit. We know you're racist. You're white and racist. So I'm not surprised there. We can just look at history and see what you're going to say. No one likes a slave revolt on their plantation. So you might as well just shut the hell up. Because no one wants to hear your lily white ass, your racist self-talk. And I should probably stop prefacing because they're white, but guess what? It keeps being white people coming out doing this shit. So I'm just talking about them.
And you know why?
And
because there's only white owners, and there's only like 2 black
Shout out to Mark
GMs
Cuban
and
getting in more
VPs.
trouble, by the way. Shout out. Well, we're not going to talk about that.
I haven't seen that, but
Oh, bro, he
I
got
gotta
in
look
more
it up.
trouble. It's even worse. But bottom line is, to finish my take, it's just a joke that they're still. Kenny Stills was on Rich Eisen today. He was talking about it, and he was touching on like the stuff that happened in the draft. And it's just certain culture in the NFL, man, where they just are really disrespectful towards anything that isn't a conservative ideology, and these old ass owners should just keep their mouth shut.
And these players aren't playing it anymore. All right, my tangent on it is
Because the Eagles proved we're going to do it regardless.
My tangent on it is, look, the players are using their platform, and I'm tired of media giving the owners a platform because, like you said, they need to just shut up and just own and just sit on your millions of dollars and watch your game.
Billions of dollars.
And just be quiet and just enjoy the product because we know you're racist and we know you're not going to change. So we don't need to hear it anymore. Fans are tired of it. We're tired of talking about it. And my last point is, as you said, they're all white because, well, ownership's white. And I'm going to bring it back full circle to what we talked about at the top of the show, Lamar Jackson. It's an ongoing thing. Michael Vick said if he was a GM, he'd take him. And that's my issue. Guess what, Michael Vick? You're not a GM, and there's not very many GMs who look like you, unfortunately. And that's why we keep trying to put Lamar Jackson into this box, even though he's probably the best quarterback in this draft, or at least top 3.
Production-wise.
So
carried an offense.
My point is, and I think your point is, NFL is conservative, it's racist, and we're tired of it, and we're tired of talking about it. So go ahead, get into your unnecessarily tough rant on the Touchdowns and Tangents show.
I'm going to go at like just certain people in the media who have these conservative racist ass views, but they hide and say it's conservative. It's like, if you were in a room full of the people you were talking shit about, you'd be copping please. I would love for that dude who asked that question, are you gay? And was your mother a prostitute? I would love to be I would love for him to go to Jordan Downs and say that shit. I would love for him to go to the Hard East Oakland and say that for a room full of killers. And let's see if you make money. Because people like that, they're cowards. They always pose situations to their benefit. So if you say anything, either you're crazy or you're race baiting. And I think we've proven with everything that's happened so far, 2018 with who's president, it's not about race baiting. It's just some really evil, foul ass people out here. And we can't keep pretending like we're all wanting to go towards this utopia of everyone being equal and intersectionality and all this other shit. We got to really be honest. There's certain people who just don't really fuck with us. Us, whether it be you're black, you're non-white, you have common sense, you know how to turn on your blinkers, you actually know how to park. Hell, you know not to wash soap or not to watch chicken with soap. Yeah, that's a video on Facebook. Some dude was washing chicken with fucking dish soap. Don't get me started on that. But it's just a lot of people out here who are just counterproductive to basic human rights and simple intelligence, and we got to really call those dumbasses out. I'm tired of pretending like